Okay, so as far as drawing some diagrams, there's different ways you can do it. So let's talk about a couple different ways that you can do it. One way is to just take your box tool, which is here, and just use the box tool and draw the dimensions that you want. Select the number of stories that you want, hit OK, and then center your sketch. I just hit the C on the keyboard, or you can also again hit this right here and you get this. Or I'm going to delete that. Another way you can do it is to take your box tool, take your line tool, which looks like a brick up here, a brick wall. Place your cursor on the grid and then type in the dimensions. The dimensions are always wide by deep. So if I say 20 feet wide by 40 feet deep, I'm typing on my keyboard 20 x 40 and then hit enter. Number of stories, 1 story. So we have 20 feet wide by 40 feet deep. If I wanted to do that again, I could place my tool here and then I can go 20 feet wide x 20 feet deep, enter. Say that's 1.5 story. Okay, so now I have 20 feet by 20 feet, 1.5. So that's the second way that you can use the tools to draw the diagram. Another way you can use the tool to draw the diagram is to use the left, right, up, and down arrows. So on your keyboard, if you don't know where they are, just look down and it's an arrow that goes up, an arrow that goes down, and one that goes left and one that goes right. And what we're going to do with those is we're going to select the wall tool, place our cursor at a starting point, and so I want to go 30 feet to the right. So I'm going to type on my keyboard 30, and then I'm going to hit the right arrow and it goes over 30 feet, and I'm going to hit enter. Done. Now I want it to go back 40 feet, so I'm going to type 40 and then I'm going to hit the arrow in the direction that I want it to go and hit enter. And then if I want to come back over 30 feet again, I'm going to come over 30 and hit left there and enter. And then if I want to close it up, I can either type 40 again and hit down, or I can just hit the down arrow and it'll finish it, and hit enter, and there we go. I have my diagram. Okay? So this is great when you have to do overhangs. Let's say we have to do an overhang on the front of this. So I'm going to put my tool where I want it to start. I'm going to say 1 foot down, enter, and 30 feet to the right, enter, and then hit the up arrow to close it, enter. And so I'm going to select 1 story or whatever for my overhang, and so now I got my overhang. Going to need to clean that up. Take my little finger and select some stuff in there to get it out of there. Got a lot of junk, so we don't need that. We don't need that. Delete. And that 30 right there we don't need. We can move this one here. And so for overhang, remember we created this overhang here, so I'm going to go to my labels, select OH, and just bring it down here, and I'll just put it here. We can go here, and then we can actually draw a line to it using some of our symbols if we want to do that. There's other symbols and line tools. Let's say signs. I think there's no arrows. I'm going to take this arrow, and then I'm going to take a left arrow and put it here. So now I have an overhang. You want to do something like that, or if it was a little bit bigger, you could put OH in there. Okay, so that's how you can also draw your diagram.